A young man sat hunched over his desk, the glow of the computer screen illuminating the bags under his tired eyes. Outside, the bustling city of Tokyo throbbed with life, but for him, it might as well have been a silent wasteland. He was a nobody, just another face in the crowd, invisible and unimportant. Then, as he stared at the flickering images on his screen, a portal suddenly ripped open in the center of his room, its swirling depths promising adventure and excitement, drawn to it like a moth to a flame. He hesitantly stepped inside, his life as he knew it over in an instant. He found himself in a vibrant fantasy land, a stark contrast to his dull existence back home. Gone were the towering skyscrapers of Tokyo, replaced by lush green forests and snow-capped mountains in the distance. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the sound of birdsong, a melody that seemed to resonate deep within his soul. As days turned into weeks, he learned that this world wasn't just a fantasy realm, but a place where humans, magical beings, and fearsome monsters coexisted, and the people here believed in an ancient prophecy that spoke of a forgotten hero who would come from another world to save them from a looming darkness. At first, he thought it was just a local legend, a comforting myth to help the people cope with their problems. But then he started to notice strange things happening around him. People would turn to him with hopeful eyes, and some even fell to their knees, claiming him as their savior. It was during one such encounter that he heard the words that would change everything. "You are the forgotten hero," the old woman whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "You have been summoned to save us from the forces of darkness." His initial reaction was disbelief. He was just an ordinary guy who worked in a video game shop. He had no powers, no special abilities, just a deep-seated desire to make sense of the situation. But the old woman's words echoed in his mind, planting a seed of doubt. Could he really be the hero this world needed? As if to answer his unspoken question, the sky darkened, and a monstrous creature emerged from the swirling clouds. Its eyes glowed with an ominous red light, and its very presence seemed to sap the color from the world around them. People screamed and ran for cover, but it was too late. The monster had already begun its rampage, leaving destruction in its wake. In that moment of despair, something inside him snapped. He might not have been the hero in his own world, but maybe he could be here. Maybe he did have what it took to save this world from the darkness that threatened to consume it. Fueled by a newfound determination, he decided to embrace his role as the forgotten hero. He began to learn the ways of this new world, mastering the use of magic and forging alliances with those who opposed the encroaching darkness. Along the way, he discovered abilities he never knew he possessed, strength that came not from physical prowess, but from an indomitable spirit that refused to be broken. He faced countless challenges, each one testing his resolve and pushing him to the brink of his abilities. But he persevered, driven by the hope that he could bring light back into a world shrouded in darkness. Now, with the forces of darkness at their most relentless, the hero knew he couldn't wait any longer. It was time to make a stand, to prove that even a forgotten nobody from another world could become a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. With his allies by his side and his heart filled with courage, he stepped forward, ready to face the darkness and fulfill his destiny as the forgotten hero. The story of the forgotten hero reminds us that even when we feel like ordinary people in an extraordinary world, we have the potential for greatness within us. All it takes is a chance, a belief in ourselves, and the courage to seize the moment. So, if you ever find yourself feeling lost and unimportant, remember the tale of the forgotten hero and the magic that lies dormant within you, waiting to be awakened.